Yeah. Say we back with another. It say new footage. Woman gets set up, kidnapped, and murdered by her friends. Mahogany Jackson, Birmingham. Damn. Kidnapped and murdered. Damn.
Then she trying to explain to him, bro. She was scared, bro. I wish I could have helped her, bro.
Back here with another video for y'all together. Before we get into this one, I really just want to offer my condolences and my prayers to the family of Mahogany Jackson. But in this video today, for those of y'all not familiar with this situation,
Yeah. Mahogany Jackson, Birmingham, bro. Hey, our pizza hut, bro. The hell.
this young 20-year-old mother was set up and murdered by her friends in Birmingham, Alabama. And you'll get a glimpse in this new footage just of some of the sick and just depraved stuff that this young woman was subject to before her untimely death. So I want to offer a quick trigger warning for those of you who have trauma regarding SA or things of that nature. I'm going to play the parts that I'm allowed to show here on YouTube, but for the rest of the video in the uncensored version, go ahead over to the Patreon. I'm going to be posting a full reaction over there. For those of you already familiar with the situation, you can go ahead and skip to the new footage at this timestamp here. But as always, we're going to get right to it.
Okay, I just want to start this off with a review. And I really done a review sheet. So, here we go.
This morning, her body was found on the side of the road near 17th Street and Laurel Avenue Southwest. BPD tells us they don't have any information from neighbors about hearing gunshots, so they are unsure where the shooting happened. Jackson was last seen Sunday morning and reported missing last night.
Just before 11 p.m. on February 25th, Birmingham police issued a missing person alert for 20-year-old mother, Mahogany Jackson, who sent her family a frantic text around 7:30 a.m. that morning. The text stated that she was in danger and being held against her will at an unconfirmed location, although she did manage to send a pin with her location. She also informed her family not to call her, but to send police to the address, leading to the Serenity Apartments in Birmingham's Powderly community. It was immediately thought to have been a kidnapping based on her mother's post to Facebook stating that Mahogany was crying out for help. Her family rushed to put together a search party. However, sadly, just around 2 a.m. the very next morning, police would receive a phone call about a body on the side of the road. Officers immediately dispatched to 17th Street Southwest and Laurel Avenue, an illegal dumping ground in southwest Birmingham, where they would find a gruesome scene: the body of an unresponsive adult female underneath a mattress, just 2.5 miles from Mahogany's initial location pin.
Her body was found on Laurel Avenue, a block away from Cedar Avenue. Investigators say she had been shot, but no one heard the gunfire in the area. No one is in custody.
The victim was identified as 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds. The case quickly went from a missing persons case to a homicide. Police weren't able to determine whether she was murdered at the crime scene or another location. Around 6:30 a.m. that morning, Mahogany's mother, who was headed to an Atlanta airport while receiving the text from Mahogany, would make a Facebook post stating, "They killed my child." A look into the investigation will reveal that Mahogany was kidnapped on Sunday and held hostage at her friend's apartment until at least Sunday evening before she was found shot on the side of the road early Monday morning. When police and family arrived to her so-called friend's second-floor apartment, she claimed that Mahogany left around 2 a.m. However, because she had already contacted her family directly, police knew this wasn't the case. Mahogany's body would subsequently be located just hours later.
Now, again, we know they have, quote, individuals detained for questioning, but there have been no formal arrests. Now, earlier this morning, our Jillian Brooks was able to speak to Mahogany Jackson's mom shortly after her body was found. Now, her mother says that Jackson is the mother of a 3-year-old little girl named Nadia, who sadly now will grow up without her mom. Mahogany was reported missing last night around 11 o'clock, and sadly, her body was found this morning with a gunshot wound. Now, that is all according to Birmingham police, but what happened between last night and this morning is still unclear. But police did confirm that the victim texted her family saying that she was in danger and may have been held somewhere against her will.
Right now, we're unsure if it occurred here. We do not have any reports of unknown vehicles coming through the area, but we will definitely check for cameras.
Initially, there were no charges in the case, and police had no leads. However, just a couple days later, police would announce that not one, not two, not even three, but 6 suspects were in custody. The Birmingham Police Department arrested Mahogany's friend, 26-year-old Tasia Lewis, the very next day. She was reportedly found hiding inside of a broken-into apartment near her apartment in the same complex.
Dummy hoe. Stupid ass. The blick on the stupid ass. Stupid ass hoe. Yeah, that shit sad. Dumb ass hoe.
Just a small bit of background information before we move forward. According to several posts on Facebook, Tasia was known to set people up, so perhaps it's not surprising at all that she would turn on her own friend. A look into her criminal history revealed that she was arrested in May of 2022 for discharging a firearm into an occupied school bus or school building. So clearly she's been a menace to society for a while, aimlessly and knowingly shooting into an area with children, 100% psychotic. According to news sources, Mahogany's family did in fact state that her and Tasia had been in a dispute prior to her death. Now, this is where the story gets crazy. This wasn't just any typical small dispute. This was a full-out brawl between 2 women, 2 crews, however you want to classify it. Apparently, Tasia, along with several other females, brutally beat Mahogany in a parking lot because she was supposedly speaking about one of the females' baby daddies. In an act of revenge, Mahogany and a group of her friends then jumped Tasia inside of a gas station convenience store. This is what everyone believes to have been the motive for the kidnapping and murder. 3 males, 2 who are 25 years old, and 1 who was 18, and a 23-year-old female were arrested the day after. The sad reality of it all is that if Mahogany never sent out that SOS signal to her family, all 6 of these monsters could have gotten away with murder. All 6 suspects are being held on a 48-hour felony extension while police continue to investigate and work to obtain formal warrants. No warrants have been issued. The case will be presented to the district attorney's office to determine any charges that may be filed. Her own friend set her up, and for what? Only time will tell.
So the biggest news we've learned today is also the saddest. Now,
That's crazy, twin. That's crazy, bro. But she dead, bro. She gone, bro. I for some lame, weird, stupid ass shit. Got that bad, bro. And she going to do feed time for what?
Birmingham police say this was not a random act of violence. In fact, they say that they believe Mahogany Jackson knew her killers, even referring to the 6 in custody, some of those as her friends.
Okay, that right there is everything the police and the media knew at the time. At that time, it was believed that this was the result of some ongoing dispute that resulted in this young mother of a 3-year-old being shot by a group of 5 people, some of whom she considered her friend. But as you guys will see in these next couple clips here, man, the truth is so much more sick than the media could have ever had initially thought. These clips show footage of the night that her life was taken. She was set up by what seems to be a group of 10 people, and you just see some of the sick and just depraved stuff that happened to this young woman before her life was taken. Again, I won't be able to touch on everything that happened to this young woman, but I will be posting a full video on the Patreon. But as you guys are watching these next 2 clips, I need you guys to understand that this is a young 20-year-old woman, a mother of a 3-year-old. I have a 20-year-old sister, so I can relate to this a bit more personally. But even if you don't have a sister, a niece, a young woman that you can relate this to, you should be able to understand just the depravity of the situation. So I'm gonna let the rest of the video play out and we'll talk about it after.
She got it in her hand defensively, bro.
Then she trying to explain